And I've already put all my spices together. What I have in here is 1 tablespoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and again, the measurements I've given you, they're not definite. If you want more lemon juice, or if you'd like to have more of an onion taste or garlic taste, you want less, again, you're the cook, so totally fine, do whatever it is you want to do. But what I'm using is 1 tablespoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of ground pepper, and I use 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper. And it's not the lemon pepper that has salt with it. I like to decide how much salt I like to use. So I use half a teaspoon of salt, but I use this type of lemon pepper, and I use 1 teaspoon of it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is mix this inside of here, and I'm going to give it a mix. And then what I'm going to do, and I let it sit for, when I made the buttermilk, I let it sit for 5 minutes. But you don't have to do that basically. You can probably skip that step, because what you're going to do is let the fish marinate in this. And what you want to do is have all the fish covered. And I'll show you the fish. And this is actual fish that my dad actually caught, which is awesome. Saves money, and you know it's fresh. So I have that, and what I'm going to do is just let it sit inside of here overnight, and then we're going to cook it tomorrow. So let me go ahead and get the fish. So I have the fish here. Some of it is skinned, some of it isn't. I don't really want to touch it. I should be wearing my gloves. I think it's kind of gross, you know, but you know, I just don't like fish. But you gotta do what you gotta do with your family. This is all about the sacrifices that we as cooks do. So this one right here is some of the fish that my dad caught, but you see he cleaned it very well. He cleans the fish. But here's the fish here, and what I'm gonna do is just put the sauce over it. I'm saying sauce, but you know, the milk mixture. You can see it's really thicker. And the thing is, you want to make sure that you have your fish all the way covered. So let me get a spoon and see if I need to make more or not. So I'm just gonna push it on into the mixture. And you really want to make sure it's into it so that it can get all the seasoning and the flavor. It's a quick, good marinade. And this is good. I don't have to make more. That's good. So what I'm going to do now, let me make sure I mix it to get out any air pockets if there is any. Alright. Good, I'm being lazy. I probably should make some more so it can really be covered. I'm going to make another batch. I'm going to make another batch of 1 cup of buttermilk. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, just so I can have it covered without having to really push it down. Being lazy. Let's not be lazy. Okay. Just made some more, and it is totally covered. So you see what I mean by all into it. So that's what I mean. And then what I'm going to do now, since this is done, is put this in the fridge overnight, and then we're going to come on back and we're going to make it. I also wanted to say, make sure that you either cover it with a lid, oops, make sure you cover it with a lid, or make sure you just go ahead and put some foil over it. Alright, in the fridge it goes. Alright, it's a new day, and I'm now making the fish solution. I'm now making the fish. So what you want to go ahead and do is, while you, right before you take it out or after you take it out, you'll want to go ahead and heat up your stove. I have it around 3/4 of the way high, so I have it on 8. My stove goes to 9 basically, and then to high. So what I'm going to do is I'm put some oil inside of it. You can use Crisco vegetable or whatever it is that you're using. And we're going to, for this time, we're going to go ahead and fry some of the fish. I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is basically where I have it. I have it on the 8. I'm letting it heat up. I'm probably going to put it, I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to put it on around 5. So I'm going to put it on about the middle. Okay, so what I have here is 3 cups of flour. And it's just all-purpose flour. You could use whole wheat flour. I'll make another video on that, but I don't have any grinded up, so I'm just going to use white flour. So, there we go. That's better lighting. So, what we have here is 3 cups of white flour, and then I have my seasoning in here. And in the seasoning, I have 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And again, this is just what I'm using. We wing it, so use what you want to use and flavor it the way you want to flavor it. Like if you want to put Cajun pepper, my family doesn't all eat spices, so I can't do that. But if you have family that will eat it, you know, go for it. You know, we work it out. So I have 2 tablespoons of onion powder. I have 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. I have 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and I have 2 teaspoons of salt. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then I'm going to mix it up. And the fish is already seasoned because remember we put seasoning in it. What we're doing here is we're just making sure that when they bite, when the first bite in it and they're tasting the flour part of it, it's seasoned as well. And you can use more or less. Again, remember this is just what I'm using. Cook how you want to cook. This is just to give you an idea. Okay, so that's seasoned well. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is put in just a couple of the fish.